Hello everyone, my name is Cindy Amalia Mughni. You can call me Cindy. I'm from Japanese major. So today I'm going to share an article that I read. The title is The Problem of Thinking in Straight Lines by Kitty from BBC Future. This article discusses how we tend to think linearly in daily life when many systems in the real world actually operate non-linearly. Linear thinking is a thought process that involves considering things in a sequential or step-by-step manner. It means thinking in a straight line where one thought logically follows from the one before. This kind of thinking is often very methodical and analytical. However, this assumption doesn't always hold true in the real world. The article writer explored the simple example is when someone buys an orange fruit for £5 for 10 pieces then thinks that with £50 they will get 100 pieces. While it makes sense mathematically, this is not always true in the real world, where many other factors could influence the outcome, such as discount or a supplier restoration. So we can conclude that in this article that the concepts are divided into two parts, namely linear thinking, there is pseudo-linearity in it, and also the non-linear thinking. Apparently, pseudo-linearity refers to the tendency to assume that relations between variables in the real world are not actually linear. For example, when they were told that runner best time for 100 meter was 13 seconds, they assumed that to reach 1 kilometer, she would need 130 seconds. However, this assumption is unrealistic, since no runner can maintain their maximum speed over such a long distance. The lack of recognizing in math classes that the real world is usually not as simple as math problem. Similar error also occur in the case of artificial intelligence. This linear bias and makes an accurate prediction. For example, it takes 3 towels 3 hours to dry on the line. How long does it take 9 towels to dry? And the AI answer is 9 hours. In fact, if your clothesline is long enough, it shouldn't take longer to dry 9 towels in 3 hours. It parallel than 3 towels. This means that if the towels are dried in parallel, the drying times should be the same. And then the article also talks about the importance to contrast linear thinking with nonlinear thinking. Nonlinear thinking is more about creativity and spontaneity, and it involves making leaps and connection between ideas that are not obviously related. It's like a brainstorming where the ideas flow in all directions, not just in a straight line. The nonlinear world, when making double the amount of cake, the ingredient can be added linearly, resulting in twice as much dough. However, not all phenomena work linearly like this. Unique properties, such as sweetness in water or fractal shapes in snowflakes arise from the interaction of molecules, not just summation. Okay, this is my reflection of this article. What I like about this article is the theme of the article is very interesting, and it provides insight into how people could do problem solving. And the second one is this article really opens up my perspective on how to solve problem with nonlinear approach. Nonlinear thinking allows us to consider multiple perspectives when we're addressing any problem when we look at the flexible and creativity as possible to approach and also helping us to make better decisions. And the third one is the relatable example used in this article, such as finance, math, and also sport, and make the complex concept of linear thinking for me is more easier to understand. And then the last one, I'm gonna go with the critique of the article, and the nonlinear world part in the article only provide example without fully explaining the concept of nonlinearity. I had to do extra to research on Google to understand what nonlinearity thinking actually means and to find more detailed, easy to understand example. And also the second one is the article could be strengthened by adding concert advice on how to use nonlinear thinking in daily life. With simple tips and tricks, I would find it easier to apply this concept to real life situation. And the last one is the article doesn't go deeply into the how linear bias develop in society, like how linear thinking is encouraged from a young age and how this might affect decision making. Understand this background could help us become more aware to environment. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you and see you next time. Bye.